talk about the sport being built. You helped build the World Extreme Cage Fighting organization. In my opinion, one of the most consistently good fight promotions in the last number of years. How satisfying was it to you to help launch this promotion for the hardcore fans, that they got to see the best fighters in the world perform?
It was a great honor for me. The biggest thing when I started fighting was just to fight for my family and for my father. And as I started getting more and more notoriety, WC came along. I watched Uriah Faber in there, and I was like, man, this guy's doing something big for the 145-pound division. And then when they picked me up, they wanted to do the same thing with the 135-pound division. And they gave me a chance, like, we've heard good things about you. We're going to give you a shot, and we're going to see what you can do. And I came on the scene. I was tearing stuff up, and I went from being, known in the Midwest as the skinny Mexican kid that was beating people up to being worldwide. And it was a big surge in growth for me. And as the WC grew, my name grew, and I just appreciate the opportunity that Reed Harris gave me and the guys from the UFC. And I'm here now. My whole dream was to be in the UFC one day, and I'm finally here now, and I finally get to show the world what I can do. And I'm with a great team now, so I can actually do it in a smart way.
Now, of course, we're seeing teams grow on a daily basis. Guys like the Jackson camp, the Zahabi camp, American Top Team. How important is it to have a team like that to support you?
I think it's really important because when I was first coming up, it was all trial and error. No one in my family was a fighter. My dad worked in the mill. My mom's a secretary. My uncles, they work in the mill. So it wasn't like I had great advice in my family, like, hey, you gotta, don't travel so much, don't go out so much, don't do this so much, focus on your training. It was all trial and error. So the more my personality grew, the more the less my training happened. So in a week of training, like when I fought Brian Bowles, it was a 2-week camp. I think I trained for 3 weeks. The Expo, UFC 100 Expo, traveling for sponsors, doing stuff for ESPN. There was just so many stuff coming up. And I couldn't say no. I'm not the kind of guy to say no. The more stuff you put on my plate, the more I'm going to eat. And I lost that fight, and I learned, I gotta get back to the basics. But I still didn't have a coach. And then the Benavidez fight happened, and it was even worse. It was worse even happened in that fight. So then I met Faraz, and Faraz told me, he goes, you need to get away from everything, leave your gym, leave everything, come here and train, and he guaranteed me results. And he's actually the first coach I've had that I've actually paid attention to 100%, and I've grown, actually learned and grown a lot. So I appreciate him as a coach and as a man, and as myself as a fighter, I've grown more than just fighting. He's helped me grow in a lot of ways, and I appreciate it. And I feel like I'm part of his family.